Hey, YouTube sports gaming community, it's Beatles Eternally. Yeah, I just want to kind of clarify some things that seems like some things are thundering around the community that are not accurate. So we'll just get right to it. Well, let me preface this by saying I hope that everybody is doing well out there. So the last stream that I did was March 4th, and that was an Ernie Harwell game. The last one I announced was back in February. The reason I have taken time off of streaming, and I tried to make this clear in a couple comments on dealing with this History Maker baseball community thing, that somebody had said, "Oh, I don't want to do this." No, guys, gals, here's what's going on. There's something going on in my real life that is literally a life and death situation, and it's something I can't go into great detail about it, okay? But it's something that almost all of you would never ever have to face in your life. No, I'm not ill. It's not. I don't have some illness. Um, but there's a fight that I have to take on that literally lives could be at stake. So I hope you understand that that's right. That takes precedence over, jumping in and streaming baseball games and stuff like that. Just like there's other members of our community who have some adverse things going on in their lives right now. But while they choose to broadcast, that's who they are, and they get solace from that. But for me, I have to stay really, really super focused on what I have to do. It's extremely crucial, and unfortunately, I have to play the hurry up and wait game for me to get any resolution from this. But I'm working on it daily. There's other things going on also in my non-YouTube life that are really, really stressful, and I'm just barely kind of hanging on to my sense of what's going on at this point. Where do I turn next? Because when I'm dealing with the principal thing I'm dealing with, it's not like there's anybody I can turn to and say, "How did you handle this?" Because this is something so absolutely rare. I will just say that if this goes against me, it would be an absolute miscarriage of justice for anybody. So it's really serious. I can't get into details, unfortunately. So I'm going to ask you to take me at my word. Now, somebody must be dinging me on Facebook. Anyhow, there's been some misconceptions that I'm fighting with a couple members of the community. No, I'm not. I'm not. And just put it straight out. I'm not fighting with anybody. What am I going to do? What, fight? No. Do some members of the community and I have some disagreements? Yeah. And you know what, folks? I think it's important to make a distinction between a disagreement and a fight. There's nobody in this community that I dislike. No, in fact, it's the exact opposite. I think this is a great community. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll get like certain people. I would come in, right, and right, they would come in on broadcasting, even if it's a non-dead ball game, and spend the whole chat just knocking dead ball baseball. Well, you know what? I'm just trying to build my channel not to monetize it, because that's never going to happen, right? I'm not going to ever have thousands of subscribers. I'm no broadcaster like Ron Juckett or Al Red Sox fan or Dave Little. I don't pretend to be, right? Those guys are good at what they do. I just do this because I just love doing it. My passion for baseball. That's why I chose this image. Baseball literally to me is love. It is a passion. I'm not a sports fan. There was apparently somebody, there was, I don't know who it was, but they were talking about how people get into sports. I'm one of those people that I'm completely self-taught with baseball. My baseball library and stuff like that. There's no baseball fans in my family. I'm the only one, right? So I love this game, and I love it for more than a game. The game literally saved my life growing up in the type of childhood that I had, which was not a childhood, my friends. And it's taking a lot of courage, and I hope that you guys understand this, for me to even be able to talk, if I could flat out tell you what I'm fighting, I think you all would understand, like, oh my God. So what I'm asking is this, right? What I'm going to do in my channel for a while, when I can, when I feel that I have the focus to do so, is I'm going to just record things. There's not going to be any live streams for quite a while. I want to do some instructional videos. I just picked up Out of the Park 20. I love it. However, there are still some issues with the game. But I have noticed that it's an amazing improvement over Out of the Park 19 in terms of the AI. I've done some season simulations through it, and then there's a little thing with Out of the Park 20, which actually allows you to check the accuracy of your replay versus the actual season, and it's really really scary how accurate Out of the Park baseball is. But one of the things I want to do, one of the problems with Out of the Park baseball is the included quick start with it, the all-time greatest franchise teams. It's really, somebody just didn't do their research. Unfortunately, so I'm fixing that, and hopefully once I fix that, I'm going to upload it for Out of the Park users to download. But I think I'm going to do a tutorial video for you Out of the Park players, and I know there's not a lot of you in the community, but there's a lot of people who play Out of the Park baseball, to show you step by step how to import players, how to move them to active rosters, reserve rosters. But especially the player import function is so opaque, it's ridiculous. It's very weird. So there's no perfect baseball game out there. So I want to do that. I've taken, because I'm doing a sort of offline project where, and I want to thank ID Jester for bringing the Sports Illustrated Superstar Baseball. Sorry guys, I gotta quit smoking. Anyhow, bringing that to the communities along with the other games that he's brought. So I'm kind of doing a fun little sort of offline project. So in Action PC Baseball, as you know, it's really easy to bring in, as it is in Out of the Park Baseball. Right, teams, classic teams, whatever you want to do. So from that, since that's not proprietary information from the guy who re-engineered the Sports Illustrated thing, is the players themselves aren't his property. So what I've done is I'm playing the 16 original franchises in Sports Illustrated Baseball, cards and dice, right? But I also brought those same teams into Action PC Baseball. And what I'm doing is I want to kind of do just a sort of fun comparison between the two. So maybe I might put up a video sort of a la the way TribeFan does some of his sort of recap videos, where I'll say, well, here we are. I'm like, 20 games into the season. Obviously, when you're rolling cards and dice, that's way more time consuming than doing something digitally. But I want to just get a fun sort of head-to-head sets, because this is the first cards and dice gaming I've done since moving back from Europe in January. So I'm gonna do that. I might be doing some other sort of graphic things, or if my keyboards ever come here, another big stressor, guys. I'm a musician, and if I had to wait to raise the funds to get my keyboards back, I would never ask the community to help me with that, obviously, but I'm trying to get them back because a promise was broken. Somebody was going to send them to me, and that hasn't happened. And for a musician to not have his musical instruments is like having his soul ripped out. So that, and coupled with all the other stuff that's going on, I feel now, and I felt, that for the time being, I'm withdrawing the community because of myself, not because of any of you. Okay, I'm not like with baseball demos. The project that you're doing, the History Maker thing. I know you did it before; it was very popular. I think it's a great idea. But let me clear up something. You had made mention, and I'm not calling you out. I want to clarify. You had mentioned to another member of the community that I said I didn't want to be a part of this. I did not say that. In my comment, I said I cannot because of real life issues. Believe me, I would love be part of it. It would be fun, okay? And everybody check your history. You know, when I had, it was really meant to be playful, not to be nasty. I wanted to do it. It's like, hey, you know, to ID Gesture, because it's no secret. You know, he's got his feelings about baseball. I've got mine. But that's a friendly disagreement, okay? And ID, just straight out, man. I know you're not being malicious, so my apologies. You know, my right now, my hopefully you understand a little bit more. My state of mind is not the best, okay? I'm really dealing with something that's out of the realm of normal human experience. And you guys, when this is all settled, I will make you a promise, right? Especially if it ends in my favor, I will tell you guys exactly what I dealt with. Okay, but in the meantime, I ask this community's trust. Okay, but for me right now to be involved in that, I would rather not. Okay, because I know my temper, I know how I am, and I own up to that. That's something I've worked on all my life. I have a very, very, very bad temper, and if I actually get angry at somebody, I'm relentless. All right, and somebody could just make some sort of thing, and it would be just a complete joke. But if I'm having, you know, I've gotten some bad news in my real life that day, and I'm sitting there watching the tournament, and something goes beyond just normal trash talk that you do between teams to things that would maybe I could misinterpret as being personal, I might just fire back and become really nasty. And I don't want to do this. You know, you guys, when I was in Europe, you guys were my friends. Okay? This community, you were my friends. I had my band in Europe and that, but, right, they were all into football, meaning what you call soccer. Okay? But you guys were my friends. And I miss you guys. But right now, you guys and gals, sorry, don't mean to be sexist here. I need to be away from it. You know, I know this is probably going to lose me subscribers, but I'm not about trying to monetize my channel or get tons of things. So, David, I hope that the tournament will be done in good spirits. You know, I know you're the reason I'm in this community because I caught you first. I sense in you a very good soul and stuff like that. And so you're trying to do this as a community building effort, and I think that's great. Just like people do, right? You know, supporting one another's channels and what we're doing. So I think what you're doing is a good thing, okay? But I just wanted to clarify, it's not that I don't want to do it, or some people thinking because I'm fighting with somebody, which I'm not, that's why I don't want to do it. No, that's not the case at all. That is absolutely not the case at all. Now, I do want to give out a couple positive shout-outs, just very, very quickly before I end this. And I'm going to disable comments and likes and dislikes for this video. So if you like it, you can hit the thing, but you're not going to see any numbers, okay? Because that's not what this is about. This is a person in the community who's trying to honestly let you guys know, guys and gals, what's going on, because I care about you, okay? Clinton Parks sent me a very, very nice email just asking, hey, what's up, what's going on? Clinton, I answered your email, and I know you answered me back. Thank you. That means a lot. That you wanted to find out if I'm okay. D. Scott Howard, thank you. My cousin, Ken Castro, one of the classiest people that I hope to meet this year finally in Pittsburgh. Thank you for your concern. For Robbie Wartburg, thank you for your concern reaching out. You know, I know that Al Red Sox fan has said in one of his streams toward the end, hey, we miss you Beatles, come back. You know, thank you, Al, for that. You know, I miss you too, man. I mean, I miss talking to you on Skype. We don't, you know, but I'm not on Skype. Alexander Raffini, if you catch this, I'm sorry I haven't been on Skype, man. Things are a real, total cluster freak right now. So you can, of course, substitute that for another word, and you know what I mean. Just consult your George Carlin. All right, Bobby Catalano, thank you. You know, for reaching out. Now, and also that being said, for those of you who didn't, there's no ill feelings. And that's fine. I know that you're a good community, and this isn't like, oh, gee, because I haven't mentioned your name, you know, then you're a jerk. No. Please draw no inference, no implication. Please don't read anything into this but my omission of names. These are the names that just the people that reached out to me. and maybe I've even missed one or two. I don't know. I have a world of respect for it's a good community. It really, really is. You know, I mean, let's, and I have a sense that maybe people were even misunderstanding the thing with ID Jester and myself. I'm not fighting with him. I like him. I mean, I hang out in your chest, and all of you guys, man, you guys know me. Again, look at this graphic up there. I am not a sports fan. Okay, I'm a baseball fan, but I come to your chats and I enjoy it. I love hearing Dave Little calling basketball games. All right, I'll sit in Al's chat when he's doing football. I don't know what the hell's going on with football. I don't like football, but I will at least ask questions every once in a while. But it's just because you're my friends, because I want to support you. I'm a crappy little channel. It's not like my support means anything, but so what? I'm there anyhow, just like you guys are with me. So and I do because I like it. I'm not asking for medals. I don't know what the hell you're talking about when you're talking about a 4-3 wide out tight end, throw the ball, tackle people, play something, whatever. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm having fun. And you guys do a great job. Ron Juckett, man, you've got, you and I have different views on baseball as well, right? But it's okay to have disagreements and have different views, but it doesn't mean like we hate each other. So if anybody in the community is trying to think that, oh, Beatles hates people in the community, well, you're stupid if you think that. I don't know who you are, but if you're thinking that, you're stupid. So that will be the one thing I will say. And I don't know if those people exist, but if you do, you're really stupid. Okay. So at the end of the day, my friends, yeah, these are the games that bring us together, but these games in themselves are not our lives. Okay? And I think that's certainly for me, if there's one positive that's coming out of what I'm dealing with, is it puts it in perspective. These are just games. So for cards and dice, right, you're doing polymers or celluloid cubes and wood pulp byproduct, right? And if you're a digital guy, you're doing ones and zeros, okay? Right? 50 people, and I hope you keep them in their prayers, were slaughtered. Were slaughtered in New Zealand, okay? So there are important things in life going on, okay? So, I think those are the things that we need to keep in touch with. I mean, we've got war gamers in this community, right? Well, while we were living those, we have homeless veterans out there. And then just beyond that, even homeless people. Okay, those are the things I think in life, and I think that most would agree. I would hope all of you would agree that we need to address. Or the parents praying for hope beyond hope at a children's hospital somewhere because their child has leukemia, and they're praying for a miracle that next day because the doctor has said your child probably has maybe 2 days to go. All right, so let's maybe try to. I know I'm trying to keep things in perspective, and I know most of you are too. So I hope that if anything, what David Baseball Demos is doing will be a chance for the community to have fun, all of you together. And I hope that when I come back and I'm more active, I'm going to hear a lot of the fun trash talk, and whatever, and who won the game. I won't be watching these folks at all. I cannot focus to do that. I need all my focus. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. Any trolls that come along and you put a thumbs down, whatever, I mean, I'm the only one that's going to see that you thumbed it down, but you'd be a jerk to thumb down to a person who's just trying to open his heart to his friends. Okay? This is not easy to do. Alright? So I will close not only by saying God bless, but then how I will always close my streams. And I really mean this. Keep looking up. Alright? This is Beatles Eternally, signing off.